Hello, here we are in Triumph of the Tusk, my campaign on Pathfinder 2nd Edition role-playing game for Foundry Virtual Tabletop, and I want to show my lock-picking macro. So here we have the group's rogue, Crow, confronted with a locked door, and he wants to try and pick the lock to gain entry. So select Crow, fire up the macro, so immediately you see the inside of the lock. So you can tell that it needs 4 successes by the amount of tumblers that are present, which can be altered, and shows the DC, but you can also hide the DC. It reminds him of his skill level and training, and how many hero points he has available to use, and how many replacement picks he is carrying. And then it's simply a matter of clicking on pick lock, and we have a success. So I'm trying to provide both a visual and auditory representation of success, because I know some people play without sounds. So, and then let's see if we can engineer a on a critical success. So I've created a little pop-up menu that lets me alter things. So for example, I can change the DC, I can change the amount of successes needed. So say this is quite a simple lock that only needs 2, I can change it so there's only 2. I can also reset the tumblers by clicking on them as the GM. I can lower the DC, raise the DC, I can hide the DC, and I can add and remove hero points and lockpicks from here just to the selected token. So let's go back. So we'll say it's 5, just so we've got plenty of locks to show. And then, so let's engineer a critical success. So if I click that and I give it a crazy modifier, like plus 20, plus 30. So critical success will unlock 2. And then the other thing is on a critical failure. So if we change this to minus 30. I didn't add it. So hang on, let's this is live. This is live. Okay. So yeah, on a critical failure, it will give, or even on a failure, it'll give the option to re-roll with a hero point if there are any available. So clicking to use one will consume one of the hero points. It was still a fail, so the lockpick broke as per critical failure, which means it automatically uses one of the replacement lockpicks. What else? And then I also put in a warded system, which is something I've implemented for out of combat lockpicking on occasion, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So you can set up whether it's warded, and if so, how many. So if I apply that, it puts little symbols up here. Now on a failure, let's see if we can get them to fail. So if I just accept the result, it will light up one of these wards. When all 4 are lit up, it will set off an alarm, which will potentially, bring in creatures from another area. Same would happen if you forced open the door; it would just automatically set it off. So there's still an incentive to pick the lock. Not that I would use that all the time, but it's just an option. And so yeah, fast forward, and then when you finally pick the lock, it opens. I want to play a little success jingle here, and obviously that lock picked is placeholder. I'll make something a bit prettier. You can also minimize the window for between rounds, so it doesn't take up much space, and then open it again. Yeah, eventually I'd like to do a front end for it, where you come across a locked door and the player clicks on it. It will bring up a window that will give them options to force the door open, pick the lock, or use a key if they have the key to that door. Also have it maybe do an automatic perception check to see if they detect any traps on the door. and if so, give them the option to try and disarm them. So then once I set that up and I could attach it to the doors with tile triggers, it would kind of be a set and forget type thing of it's all set up, and then just any door, any locked door that they click on, this would all fire automatically and give them a nice visual representation of what's going on. Yeah, anyway, that's the macro so far.